our 3Cs are confidence, conduct, and concentration. We found that some of the biggest challenges that parents faced all surrounded the 3Cs. So they struggled with developing their child's confidence. They struggled with developing a level of concentration or focus in their children. They struggled with their child's conduct or behavior. Where there is confusion, there is a lack of implementation. When we can simplify something, we're more likely to take action. Welcome back to another Warrior Academy podcast episode. Today, I'm going to be speaking about a very fundamental part of our program here at the Warrior Academy, which is the Breakthrough Area Assessment. So the first thing I'd like to say about the Breakthrough Area Assessment is it provides parents with a very deep insight into their child's level for each of the 3Cs. So our 3Cs are confidence, conduct, and concentration. First of all, in terms of how we chose the 3Cs to be such a fundamental part of our character development program, we interviewed over 2,000 parents in the UK. And from studying the data, we found that some of the biggest challenges that parents faced all surrounded the 3Cs. So they struggled with developing their child's confidence, which led to other issues down the line in terms of their child's character development. They struggled with developing a level of concentration or focus in their children, which had a massive knock-on effect with school and so on. They struggled with their child's conduct or behavior, and that had a massive effect with all sorts of things, as you can imagine, down the line. We wanted to really focus on these 3Cs. The other thing that I would say about the 3Cs is character development is a massive grey area. If I have a room of 100 parents in front of me and I say, what do you think character development is? Every single parent would have quite a different answer. And I really believe, having been a teacher for a long time through martial arts, that actually as a mentor to many people as well, that where there is confusion, there is a lack of implementation. To quote Bruce Lee, simplicity is the key to brilliance. When we can simplify something, we're more likely to take action. So if I gave you a really in-depth concept around character development and gave you an in-depth daily habit routine, all this sort of stuff, you're less likely to implement it as a parent and you're less likely to help your child develop their character. But if I say to you that fundamentally, all you need to do is to improve your child's 3Cs, confidence, conduct, concentration, then you as a parent are more likely to take action and your child is more likely to develop their character. It's as simple as that. And it's that level of simplicity on the fundamentals of character development that has got us international recognition, has won us awards, and got us thousands of transformations around the world. The 3Cs and how we initially assess them is done through the Breakthrough Area Assessment. Now, this is a 40-question yes-no quiz that parents fill in. We don't fill that in as instructors. So every 3 months at the Warrior Academy, starting off with when you first join the Warrior Academy, you'll be asked to complete a Breakthrough Area Assessment. You'll fill in the questions, yes-no questions, which will dive into how your child behaves at home, how you think they behave at school, how they respond to challenges, what sort of social groups they're a part of, what they struggle with, what they're great at, what they're not great at. And you'll develop a bit of a picture yourself by filling it in exactly where your child's at. And then what you'll get afterwards is you'll get a personalized PDF report emailed to you with a different score for your child's confidence, for their conduct, and their concentration. Your child's instructor will also be emailed this personalized PDF. So in one example, you might find a child has 70% in confidence, 30% in conduct, and 50% in concentration. The breakthrough area is the lowest C. So in that situation, conduct was the lowest. I think I said 30% in conduct. I may have got that wrong, but 30% in conduct was the lowest C, I believe. And so we know as instructors that if we focus on the lowest C, primarily in the first 3 months, and really focus to bring that up to a high level with lots of low-hanging fruit that we can really work on to focus on that in class and with homework, then you'll start to see a massive improvement in their character overall. What we believe at the Warrior Academy is every child, most children, are likely to have 1 or 2 Cs that are very high or 1 or 2 Cs that are quite low. For instance, what we typically see is a child has very high confidence, but then suffers a bit with concentration or behavior, conduct. Or they may have really high concentration and good behavior. These are the students who do really well in school. They put their hand up, but they sometimes suffer with a bit of confidence. entering new social groups, trying new things, that sort of stuff. So for us, it's really important to analyze that initially and then provide parents with feedback and then give parents an actionable list of things to do, like a daily habit routine, like specific goals they can work on with their child, and also so our instructors are aware of how they can help. So this is your breakthrough area assessment. Now, what we typically do at the Warrior Academy is we say, your child scored 50% in confidence. Well, in the next 4 weeks, we would like to work specifically on developing that confidence to bring it up to 60%. So your child will come back in 3 months' time, you'll have another meeting with your child's instructor on Zoom, in person, or on the phone, and we'll ask you to fill in the breakthrough area assessment again. And you might find that it's gone up to 70%. You might find that it's stayed the same. You may even find it's gone down, although that's really, really rare. But one of the things I always say to parents is the breakthrough area assessment is not a conclusive report on your child's character in terms of its pass or fail, right? It's more like, see it like a character development compass. It's just there to kind of guide you towards one of the C's and to give you a broad report of how your child's currently doing based on your insights as a parent. You know them best. You're the parent, so you know how they're doing. But what we found is that the data we get back is really quite telling and often really helps us guide the advice that we give as instructors, but also guides the things you can do as a parent to implement changes at home to make radical shifts in your child's character. Now, when we look at the data, and we did this for, I think it was about 1,600 parents over the course of 2 years, we looked at the data from the self-assessment reports, and we found an 82% increase in confidence within the first 12 months in students. I think it was a 49% increase in concentration within the first 12 months and an 11% increase in conduct in the first 12 months. So that's on average. There were some parents who, had several 100% increase. They went from, 10% confidence to about 90% confidence. Their children's life were, completely changed by that. But on average, it was 82% in confidence as the examples that I've given there. And so for us at the Warrior Academy, we know that the data is telling us our system is making massive changes. I don't know any other organization out there that focuses on developing a child's character, but actually provides measurable methods for a parent so they can see a score their child's getting with confidence, a score they're getting with concentration, or a score they're getting with conduct, an overall score for their child's character, which acts as a benchmark and a compass to help them navigate the character development program over the years. One of the things I will also say is don't ever be upset if you notice a big drop in one of the C's. It's typically because your child is going through something. Maybe they're going through a difficult transition like adolescence, changing school, or bullying. Remember, the breakthrough area assessment is a tool for parents to act as a compass in their character development pursuit, right? So if you see a big drop, it's a good idea to dig into that and find out why that's dropping and what you can do to help support your child in that C. Lean on your child's instructor to get that extra support. We are there to help you at all times. So I hope that was really useful. I hope that gives you a deep insight into the power of the breakthrough area assessment and an insight into our character development program, especially on the early stages, and then how we implement the use of this BA assessment, we call it, over the years, and how we use the data to help our parents and help our students as well as our instructors make those massive transformations. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to hit subscribe on the YouTube channel or the podcast so you don't miss any more just like this. And I look forward to seeing you all soon. Take care. I really hope you enjoyed today's Warrior Academy podcast episode. We're going to keep creating these episodes because I know that so many parents find them useful or get insights or get ideas about how to develop their child's character. But it all comes down to the 3 C's: confidence, conduct, and concentration. So if you want to get a deep insight into the levels of confidence your child has, the level of concentration they have, or the level of conduct they have, so that you can actually put a score next to it, and then work towards increasing those scores like we do in the Warrior Academy, then I'd love to invite you to fill in the breakthrough area assessment. It takes about 5 minutes of your time, and you will get a personalized PDF report on your child's 3 C's. To access the breakthrough area assessment and find out your child's 3 C's score, all you need to do is go to www.breakthrougharea.com.